And I only see it as a challenge because dealing with the Facebook crowd, the social networks now, I can see it's a challenge because nobody's injecting that mentality, if they even know it. Nobody's mentality of saying it. So to inject it, my goal here, as I said, was that when I started dealing with the Gnostic thing, it changed my perspective to where I started to understand everything I was studying. So my goal here is to say, well, deal with some of this and then start studying whatever it is you've been studying and see if it works for you like it worked for me. It brought me to a new level. Right. And so instead, I'll tell you some Kundalini shit that hurts. You know what I'm saying? Your back, your head hurts. Like, oh, that's the Kundalini rising. No, there's levels of Kundalini. You can have that back, your neck, your shit knots up when this shit is rising.
Yes,
you know what I'm saying? All sorts of shit happens. Can't sleep.
Yes,
I can go on for days.
It's
pain.
Not always that beautiful, loving place of nirvana.
The lotus is opening. Right. The lotus is opening. And I know it because my Kundalini started tingling. I'll make you want to go fuck everything. You want to rip your fucking spine out your back, tapping into some levels of light. And how do you tap into levels of light? It's about releasing what it is, this agenda. You get what I'm saying? Right. So as you study, it's about actually going into your own self. And you get into layers and layers and layers of your melanin and Kundalini, all that, the DMT with the mushrooms. You can cultivate that with your own melanin based upon the light you obtain. So once you understand that the light that you're looking for is not necessarily here, that there is levels of light and understanding that go beyond this place, how do you do that? You line your thoughts up with not just being an earthling. And then that's your first step. And then you open yourself up for other realities of light.
Right. Yes.
You get what I'm saying? If everything's about down here, how can you obtain anything other than down here? Because your thoughts are magnetic. That's where you're pointing your antenna. So talking about the ancestors put us down here because it was duality. Are you crazy? Duality in all our goddamn things are fucked up. It's your separation. That's why we are crazy. Men are crazy acting towards women, and women are crazy acting towards men. Because it's the other side of you is missing. That's why they say opposites attract, because it's actually not the opposite. It's the completion.
It's the completion.
You get what I'm saying?
Yes.
So what's missing in me is actually what's is the part that completes you. White people know this shit. They told you in Jerry Maguire, you complete me.
You complete
me.
Yes.
Because they ain't talking that we act the same. You know what I mean? You complete me. So they understand that if you complete me, the feminine side, that means you're incomplete down here in fucking duality. You're incomplete. So you could, like I said last time, you could start in the place of androgyny. At least. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
At least. In terms of understanding. If it's something greater, if we going back to the Great Mother, sure, let's all get there, and I'll be the first one to say, you are absolutely right. but at this point, quite simply, we need to understand that our problem is Earth itself. Earth thinking, matter. And no matter where you go, that's going to be the case. Now, let me tell you one quick thing about frequency. You understand, so we can understand. And then I'm going to give out these book titles, then we're going to get to the Gnostic quotes.
All right.
And I know you got to do your call letters.
Just want to let everybody know we are on Blues Couch, and we're live in the remix with Brother Panic. We'll be doing 2 hours on the show here Sunday. We are in the second show in the series of a 3-part series with Brother Panic and Miss Blue live in a remix.
All right. So here's a little story about frequency. Ebony's son, you got to be like 20-something, 21, maybe 22. This nigga go out and buy a Jesus piece and put this shit on his neck. Now, he know better. But I guess, everybody got the Jesus piece. He's a funny guy. Now, this is a real nigga now. I got pieces, like pan pieces, all sorts of wild shit. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You know, I got like this lizard hand with this crystal in it. This shit is crazy. Like this, my man Omar, this African dude, he seen that shit one summer and said, "My man Panic, whoever got that shit, you cannot fuck with them." It's like, I told you, motherfucker. Crazy shit. I mean, I see niggas get scared. I see Christians get off the train, all sorts of shit. No touching it, out of the question. This pan piece. So I was at Ebony's house on this nigga just grabbed my shit. Was like, "Oh shit, I seen that symbol. It's the motherfucking Illuminati, nigga." I'm like, yo, this nigga touched that shit.
Wow.
Not scared. Now, what does that mean? That means it represents innocence. And like I say, he was already 20. That represents like the pure heart. In the mythology, that where the kids pull out the sword from the stone.
Okay, yes.
And only the one who's pure of heart can do it. That's why you can have your altar up, grown-ups will come, they ain't going to touch it whether they understand it or not. But a kid will start coming and playing with shit. It's also how Harpocrat stands on the alligators and holds the snakes.
Right.
Based upon his innocence, these things aren't attacking him or no agenda. So that's also another way of saying when you study with this and you have no agenda, none of this shit can hurt you. You get what I'm saying? You get hurt based upon having an agenda or not being pure of heart. I want to teach the people. I want to show somebody something. I want to be this. I want to be the next top this. I want to be the next one on top. You get what I'm saying? When you do that, that's when you actually get attacked. When you come in pure of heart, just look, here's something from my heart. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
And take it for what it is. And you know what I mean? I have no goal. My goal is an offering. And if it works for you, I'm only sharing because it worked for me. That type of thing. So he puts on this Jesus piece because he knows so much. This shit broke out in a funky rash all over this nigga's neck.
Wow.
I didn't get a chance to clown his ass because the spirits now, because he's obtained much light, because he's a studier too. They'll be right on my ass. You'll panic, you'll panic, you'll panic, you'll panic. So I'll hit him with information, and because he's vibrating at a higher rate and putting such a low vibration on his neck, and maybe that the chain was $60 too, which I heard.
Wow.
But it's still the spirit's way of telling you you no longer can do that. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
So when people see, that's why I said I don't know if I should just come out and do 4 hours on Gnostic quotes, which are in the books, and which I'm about to give to you. They're in the books. So, because I don't know if people are ready for that vibration. This shit is all about frequency and vibration. I don't know if people can hear that. Oh, this nigga crazy, this and that, and not for the sake of we don't like panic no more. You know, for the sake of like, I don't want to waste 4 hours telling something that is not resonating. So I'm glad to say that it did resonate with a whole heap of people. They were waiting. So getting back to what you said, is it an end time thing? Absolutely. That was a very good point. It's absolutely, especially when you see on Facebook, it's the same recycled links that everybody's copying. I mean, it's like people write a whole paragraph and make it deep. You copy and paste it in Google from a website.
And it comes right up. I'm like, wow.
Yeah, like word for word and shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Eat broccoli and all. Eat broccoli with a bit of carrot and do this and your vitamin A. And then I'm like, how much is motherfuckers going to talk about beta carotene in a fucking carrot? You know what I'm saying? Without people getting tired. So I guess just putting the Gnostic thing under one umbrella, people just ready to challenge themselves with thought, which is very good. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I said some people know it's not hard to find this stuff, and I'm going to tell you some good books that you can get right now on it.
All right.
First, it got cut off, but where this is at is in the Gnostic Bible. That's number one. They have a Gnostic Bible by Willis Barnstone and Marvin Meyer. This has all the lost books, all the lost Gnostic books. Now, if you go back and download last Friday's show, what you'll find is I did give out this book, and gave out some of the names of the book in it. The book of Thomas, Mary Magdalene has a book.
Right.
And again, The Gnostic works later became the New Testament or the Gospels.